offense, though. Even though he's not as much, I think Brent is the more rushdown centric. But I think Julio has the scariest offense. Okazemi of the most.
And as they train together and play together, they'll discover new habits, new techniques and tech that they'll constantly share, and they'll continue to temper each other's kens. So, but I think Chris T. All right, now we actually have the real match: Chris T versus PillowOfWind, 2 former Weds Night Fights champions.
Yeah, 2 Weds Night Fights champions. We can say
Yeah, right off the bat.
Sick. Well, the season 1 winner of the entire season,
right? Exactly.
Versus
PillowOfWind,
who
won one off-season
big
event. Yeah,
I like that. I like that he bet that early. Chris T is like, hey, I'm willing to uppercut, but PillowOfWind wisely noting that that disrespect would come into play.
Now Necalli has incredible success converting off of, like we said, counter damage.
Full V trigger. Full V meter.
Ooh, they absolutely do.
Okay, and the
Chris
burn
T
comes
is going
from Chris
to
T first.
let it rip. Well, PillowOfWind playing Necalli incredibly effectively.
Oh, and the combo looked like Chris T. I don't know.
But I was going to say that
into it.
PillowOfWind has an incredible talent for sniffing out and catching counter hits and converting into high damage. Now you can see there now that was a whiff.
Wake up jab.
Off of wake up jabs.
Yeah.
And
oh, there was one of them right there. He noticed it. He just didn't get the crouch strong out.
Yeah, but then here's like Chris T again. Like he went, going for those.
He used to shut down this momentum. Oh yeah. Wow, that was a really good uppercut.
Going up for his throw mix-ups and his shimmies. Chris T has incredibly strong shimmies. Now I wonder what Chris T was doing there to get crush counter.
He doesn't burn the super. He opts for the damage from.
No, PillowOfWind.
See those standing medium punches there? That standing medium punch in Super Saiyan mode from Necalli is active for 3 frames instead of 2, which means it's a great whiff punisher more so than it is normally. And what he's doing in there is he's option selecting.
Now PillowOfWind is very smart to save his super because he would have been in dire straits if he had used it before.
To be honest.
No, I mean earlier in the match.
Oh, earlier, right.
Because here we are now, knowing
he wouldn't
that
be in
super,
this position.
Yeah, super will kill.
The super is the threat to stop him from pressing, from doing fireballs. So if the comeback was going to come, it was not going to be on the back of super, at least the first time. Okay, off to a good start here. Oh, but gets a great anti-air from Chris T, shutting that momentum down. And now he's got PillowOfWind in the corner. What is going to happen? Big counter hit and the damage. The stun is racked overhead.
Ooh, PillowOfWind
snuffs it out. Oh, he confirms with the super.
No,
he goes for the damage.
Opts not to use it.
No,
jump-ins are going to be very dangerous. Chris T has an incredibly strong reaction to jump-ins.
It was a really good idea, though, because he burned super, right? So now he didn't have an answer. Ooh.
That crush counter. One crush counter from Ken can take off.
What I was going to say was it was a good bet, I feel like. He didn't have to. Obviously, it was risky, and it didn't work out in his favor. But PillowOfWind, he's like, oh, I burned super. Now Chris T's going to feel like he could throw fireballs again. And so he's like, okay, he's probably going to throw a fireball right here. He was wrong, but I respect it.
Okay, now PillowOfWind is making a serious adjustment in play style. He was playing much more defensively, getting those charges up, but now he's just going full force, putting his face right.
Oh, no!
No crush counter opportunity. I was just saying how great he was at sniffing him out.
Yeah, he didn't even confirm into the most damage.
I feel like he was going so aggressively, and it was such a rapid shift in style, even for him. No crush counter again.
This is such an unfortunate thing.
I wanted to shout it, but I didn't want to.
Oh, good confirm off that trade.
But that was a great confirm, like you said. Yeah.
Okay, Chris T knows that PillowOfWind's nervous. He smells the blood now.
That's going to be it, though.
Gets that round. But
use the V trigger
even though he gets that round, like there was so many mess-ups there that he knows that Chris T is going to get away with some things.
Yeah.
Because he knows that PillowOfWind's in his own head a little bit after those mess-ups. How could you not be?
Now there he was challenging him again. You saw him get knocked back by another medium DP. Chris T is on you. If he can sniff out jump-ins from a mile away. Right. Just don't do it. It's part of knowing your opponent, not just the character.
And you see the subtle shift in the change of his game plan. He started throwing way more fireballs this round.
Yeah, is Chris going to get
stood a little bit further outside the range. Instead of fishing with normals, he was fishing with fireballs.
Final round.
Now Chris T puts himself on match point with a perfect.
And now he's just baiting, looking for that jump in. He threw like how many fireballs there at the end? he's not going to throw anymore. He's just going to wait until Pillow wins.
Wow!
Low forward as
Wow.
a defensive move. Ooh. That was to catch the run-in or the dash.
Yeah, yeah, and he just had it buffered and he
Exactly.
connected it. It
That's
connected.
smart stuff. Ooh, big crush counter. Only gets a
Okay,
standing hard kick after it, but
Yeah,
damage
I
is
mean,
damage.
not damage, but not an optimized punish.
Nice tech. Okay, going for a little bit of V-meter. Okay, yeah. Can't throw too many of those, but he gets some extra V-meter there. Almost full V-meter for Necalli with that much health. That's pretty good.
Okay, could have gotten a cross up and convert that into damage, but ended up being an empty
Okay, now
jump.
he's got V-meter. He's in the air. He can up
That's
Chris T on super.
ooh, okay, the backdash kept him safe. Going in with an EX air Tatsu and just converting off that. Going in, regular throw. Now Necalli's gonna have to fight his way out.
Oh, we got it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
tie it up. 1-1.
A lot
Oh my god.
A lot of Kens like to do that. They'll do crouching strong as like a delay crouching strong in between block strings, so that if you come forward, like if you try to shimmy, you get caught.
Yeah.
If you try to dash in, you get caught. And it's buffered in with like a run. If the counter hits, they get big damage. Off
Yeah,
of it,
huge
so.
damage, huge damage.
So watch out for that. But that's how Necalli blows that up. Just take a step back, stand medium punch, option
And then
select the dash inside. Boom. Really smart stuff from PillowOfWind, but here, getting rushed down a little bit. So many different styles you see come out of Chris, and it's so hard to deal with. Like your adaptations against top players have to be very quick.
Yeah, very quick.
Little detail and very little time. You have to realize when a shift has been made mentally in your opponent.
Ooh, that was probably the first jump, and then it had not gone punished. And then they, like you're saying, not only just recognizing these shifts, but also knowing what is the counter. Your opponent is doing this, okay, what am I going to do?
Exactly.
You have to be able to answer that.
Right.
And that's why it's a lot of, that's why, fighting games is akin to chess in that way. Like, you have to know that there's a certain option that they're going to go for, and you need to be ahead of them 2 steps. You need to know what can they do, and then be ready for what they can do, so that you can react to what they will do.
The only time I've seen Chris not.
Ooh.
Oh, that's it.
That's dead.
That was a great match.
I was
Great match.
half
Good
expecting
stuff
a taunt.
from those guys. Yeah.
I was half expecting a
Good
taunt.
stuff from PillowOfWind.
Yeah,
I was going to say, though,
PillowOfWind.
that Chris T did not let Pillow jump in. The only time he let him jump in, PillowOfWind did like a jumping fierce and went behind him.
Yeah,
and so didn't get any damage off of it. Out of like 12 jump-ins, he uppercut. That was crazy. That was a hella good match, though.